Hello, friends. It has been a while. At least in terms of videos. I did a stream not too long ago. But today, I decided that I wanted to make a video because I haven't done one in a while. And I saw in some places that people were asking for guides for like the harder towers, which I know people have done guides on things like TOCR and stuff like that. But that's like kind of the only tower, or in TVH, I guess. But those are like the only two like actual like terrifying plus towers I've really seen guides for that at least I haven't covered. So today I just decided that I'm going to do a ToAM guide because I decided to look up ToAM and there's no actual like detailed guide for it. The only guide, quote unquote, guide that there is for ToAM is a cheese route that was by Street. That was like 2 years ago. So, yeah. It's gonna be a really, really loosely edited video. There's probably gonna be like no editing whatsoever. This is mainly just meant to be informational. So, yeah. I'm gonna have, VM in my inventory. I'm gonna play legit for the most part, but if I start getting annoyed with the tower because I don't even know if I can rebeat this. I mean, I could, but, like, I don't want to. This tower's not fun to me. But, yeah. I'll play it for a little bit, and I'll just, like, go through it, and then if you see boost items used, then you know what happened. But, yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. So, floor 1 is not very difficult, for the most part. It's pretty self-explanatory. Well, maybe if you're not the worst player like me, apparently. But, yeah, it's pretty basic to start off. You just do some jumps and some wraparounds and some all that good stuff. Make sure you turn and really push yourself out of the gap before going to this truss, I guess. I like to line this up backward. Oh, we gotta zoom out. There we go. I just line it up backwards. Use flick. For this, so this jump can be a little annoying for some people, but something you can do is you can just go like that. You can just skip it if you really wanted to. But for me, you just kind of stand a little bit back and you just wrap out. Make sure you go out more. In front of visible players, as I don't need to see people right now. So, go to this ladder. It's really hard to be patient on this thing. You just want to, it's floor 1, you just want to move on. Flick quickly. Yeah. I really have nothing to say about this floor. It's just really simple for the most part. You can stand on this button a little bit more than you think you can. It doesn't retract immediately. Hit the wall and jump straight through. Most of the actual, like, strats will probably come in starting after floor 1, if I were to assume. But yeah. Just hold jump on that, and you'll be fine. Alright, and now we're on floor 2. So, floor 2, basically I just stand on the edge of that spinner, and then I just wrap up when the spinner gets, like, the height of, like, the peak of its spin cycle, which is around here. You just jump up. It's pretty easy. It might take you a few tries to get, but once you do it, you'll pretty much never fail it. Get down momentum here, wrap out, wrap around here. Here. Alright, so for this, I stand here, I wait for it to go all the way up, and then I go to the other side, and then jump to the middle, and then you can get up like just like that. This jump's kind of hard. It's a weird flick. But, yeah. Alright, moving on. Go up here. So, I'm not sure in the moment of recording this, but, I don't know if my voice sounds really... I think it does, or really, like, low quality. But that's because I have a filter on, so you can't hear my keyboard. I don't even know if it's working. But either way, okay, anyway, you watched me do that part. I kind of just did subconsciously, but yeah. You don't have to climb here, you can just walk. So these falling platform, or disappear. Shrinking platforms. So you just do them like that. And, yeah. Floor 2 is also pretty simple for the most part. There's really nothing about it. You just kind of, you know, just kind of do it. There's nothing really to explain on these first few floors. It's just whatever. I guess these walk around. So what I do is I like turn, so I'm like pushing into it like that, and then I hold W and D, and I just walk around them like this. Turn, so like you push yourself in and like that, in like that. Yeah. Front flip here, wrap around. You go here. Flip around here. For this hole, if you get like, okay, well I didn't get stuck, but if you have like T-pose, you can make it so you don't get stuck there. For these walk arounds, I have to go far out like this, and then try to walk around like that. I don't know if that's probably not the most consistent way to do them. It's just the way I do them, or the way I've always done them. Go out like this, so you go like that. Yeah, you gotta like turn in before you do them, like that. There we go. And you hit this button progress. So the button progress adds this little thing right here. So when you're at the start of 2 and you get up here, you can just head up here and go to the end of 2. You have to do that inside, like, in this box section again. But that's not so bad. Anyway, floor 3 is also not that hard. There's like maybe one jump that's a little hard. So you can either do this jump from here, or you like flick up to here and do it from up here. Might be easier that way for you. Either way works, I guess. Jump down here. But yeah, if there's like moments of silence where I'm just like not saying anything, that's probably just because I didn't bother to edit it, because again, very loosely edited videos. It might be literally 0 editing. It might just be rendered. But yeah, for this, I like to tap S, jump, and then shift like that. Because flicking there is kind of weird. For this, just try to go out as much as you can. And then for this, tap up, make sure you're at like the very top, and then go down a little bit, like that, and you can just flick and do that. Make sure you stay going straight, and you only turn at the end, so you don't get caught in the wedge up here. Okay. So hit this button, and this part isn't too hard, you just kind of maneuver yourself around those. But yeah. Just kind of go down a little bit and then wrap out. It's pretty simple. This, turn a lot. Turn to get over there, but then turn back forward. Push this over. Walk over here. Wrap around this wall. Let it bounce off the other wall, and then jump to this ladder. This truss, just like angle yourself so you're like, go like that. And then you can go like that. We'll flip around here. I like to skip this first tightrope because there's no point in doing it. But try not to miss those tightropes because they will slide you off really easily if you miss them. So, yeah. Anyway, floor 4. This is the first, like, oh my god, how did I almost fail that? But yeah, okay, this is the first, like, actual, like, strat floor, I'd say. So, we want to do the wrap as soon as this goes forward. And then wrap around it, because you don't want to wrap when it's coming back, or else you might get hit by, like, this thing right here. It's happened to me multiple times. Anyway, that. This jump is hard. This jump is pretty tricky. But what you want to do is you want to get to, like, the left side a lot, and then make sure you turn. And then you want to, like, I have to, like, itch up to the edge like this, and then turn like that. Ah! I don't know how I didn't fall there, but yeah, anyway, I inched too much. And you like that, you hold D and you just jump late, like that, and then you can tap W at the end to grip the ladder. For this, I like to turn all the way out, tap D once, so you inch out, and then hold D and jump kind of late, and you'll hit your head. Not very hard. You go like that. Over here. Okay, so this spinning thing is real fun. I don't like to drop down like people do like that. Oh yeah, it's netted by the way, so that's why I even tried that. But yeah, just follow the path. I don't like to do that. I don't like to do the thing where people like drop down to it like that. I actually pulled it off that time. I think it's stupid. I mean, I guess it could work. It does work, but I'm just more patient than that, I guess. But you know, just kind of follow this thing to the end. It's really not that hard. There's really nothing to be said about it. Make sure you get your jump back before you do these final 2 jumps. And this, I like to just stay in like this back corner, kind of. Just move around, and then once you get past that one, you just select the corner. And then you hit this button, and this button gives you button progress to skip 4 outside. So that is really cool. Don't fail this jump. I've done that before. It's really funny. Let's see. All right. So this, make sure you you tap W so you push yourself to the right a little bit, and then just wrap up like that. So for this truss part, just jump to it and just hold W and D and just face forward, and it will slide you right across. So for this, just jump in like that. Climb this, in my opinion. You could also wrap it if you really wanted to, and just get downward momentum. And you can grab this ladder, and go like that. Make sure you push yourself out like this before doing this jump. You don't have to push yourself out too much, just to make sure you push yourself out a little bit. Now, oh, I fat-fingered the key. I'm really stupid. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I pretty much just gave up right there. I just didn't care, so I just BM'd back up. Anyway, don't fat finger the key there. But at least now I can show you what happens here. So this kill brick right here will teleport you onto this thing. For some reason, it just didn't decide to add like a failsafe to it at all. So like, if you're just like going across this ladder or something, and then you like fall off of it, you're like, oh no, I fell off of it because there's no failsafe here for no reason. But anyway. Just be careful of that, because that will definitely screw you over if you're not prepared for it. For these just do these like normal trusses. Just make sure that you stay on the truss, because it doesn't really take you with it. Yeah, it doesn't take you with it when it moves. Just make sure you do that. For this, just back up to the edge here and just jump forward down to here. For this part, it's pretty simple. This, just do it in first person. I like to turn and just go forward here, so turning in. For this jump, just stay facing forward like that. Grip the truss. For this, I like to flick out like that and then turn like that, so you kind of 180 a little bit. You could also flick like this, but I think that's way harder, just for me. Yeah, you go like that. Here, wrap up to here. Climb down and jump here. So you can either jump here or you can do a walk around like this. I usually do the walk around, but you can also just jump like that if you really wanted to. I don't like jumping because you hit your head on this thing up here, but whatever. Anyway, take this. Hold space across these. And once you get to about like the gap between the second and third one, like right here, you just turn forward. Inch down like this. Make sure you get into climbing animation. Climbing. Make sure you tap up before you... Okay, you should probably know this if you're grinding Catastrophic towers, but whenever you do a climb, it doesn't matter what climb it is. Whenever you climb something like this, tap up to make sure you're not going to fall off of it. If you start standing after you tap up, that means that if you climb down, you would have fallen. So you get in climbing, tap up once, so I'm not going to fall. Then you climb down, and jump like that. Again, I don't know why you're grinding a Catastrophic tower. If you don't know how to do that, that's pretty stupid, but whatever. Anyway, wrap out here and just climb it. Like that. Just corner flip here. Like that. And that's the end of floor 4. So floor 4 is probably going to be your first roadblock. It's kind of hard, but it's not too bad. Floor 5 now. So this it goes pretty slowly, but yeah, you just kind of do the wraps and make sure to stand like right here and jump to the ladder. So for here, yeah, it's kind of like this. What I like to do is I like to back up to this wall, jump in place, so you can like see this wall. And then you just kind of hold D and just tap W. Around here. Alright. For this, just like stand up in the corner like this, and then just hold D and jump. And jump block it as well. This netted section isn't like hard, it's just annoying. But yeah. So for the beat block pusher, so move up, standing in the middle, and switch to the side, and then go back to the middle, and then switch to the other side. You just have to be fast there, that's really about it. It's not really that hard. Around here. This ladder goes kind of quickly, but don't, like, be panicked by it. Still take your time. Don't go too slow, but don't, like, completely rush it. You'll probably not flick if you do that. Anyway, this dance, you just kind of... I don't know, it's not really a problem. But I guess, okay, I know some people experience this, but sometimes people will be like... Oh, dance. That's not what I meant to do. They like, dance. And then... Okay, I can't replicate doing it wrong. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, sometimes some people just won't go through the wall, and they'll be like, I can't go through the wall! Just make sure you press shift before you do literally anything else, if you get stuck on a dance club. But yeah, jump to this button, it's 8 seconds, you just wrap. It's only like 2 jumps, and you're up to this truss. And you go here. The button ends when you get here, but, you know. Climb this ladder. Tap up, obviously. Down momentum. Go here. Click up here. Go this ladder. Wrap right here. This is the ladder. Just make sure you remember that. Click to here. Try not to have your camera zoom too far out, or else your camera will go inside like that little black fog. So zoom in a bit. Go like that. And drop down to this button. Now, we have some amazing button progress right here. From the very start of 5, after you pass this thing, you go up here, and now you're here. You're at the end of 5. So it's really useful. So what you can do now is go like that. Just, yeah, kind of make sure your camera's like close here, and then just like hold D. You don't really have to turn much. Go to this ladder, look up here. Get on this ladder, go around here. Go around like halfway up, like here, I guess. And head here. Yeah, that's not too bad. Alright, and then this part's pretty easy. So the way I like to do this is I like to jump on this immediately, go under the first one, and then, okay, well, you know, maybe if I jumped, that would have been great. But jump on this, you go under the first one, you wait for this to come back up, and then you just wrap around. You could probably go under that one too, but, like, it's harder. You could do it with heli, though, if you really wanted to. Anyway, last tightrope, and now you're on the second half. So, this black fog, believe it or not, is not an end. So, don't think that it is. Don't think you're safe. Anyway. So, this is where the strats start becoming really useful, because these floors are more tech-based. So, here we go. So for the first jump of 6, this thing's already really intimidating looking, but it's really not that hard. Try to jump to, like, the right side of it. You see how I'm, like, really, really close to the truss right here? Like, I'm incredibly close to it. That means that you can turn a lot, like this, and then you just get around to here, and then just hold D and jump. And you go like that. If you don't land too far, or close enough, or at least, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, you could, like, you just don't want to be too close to the left, because you'll fall off the truss just like that if you turn to the left. But, yeah. It's not too hard. And if you know how to flick across trusses like this, like, you go like this, and then you do, like, upward momentum like that, it does the same thing. But, yeah. So for this jump, common misconception is that people jump from up here. Don't do that. Just jump from down here. It makes your life way easier. It makes the jump a little bit farther, but as long as you wrap good, you're definitely not going to hit your head. And you won't miss it if you're good. So, this part, you want to watch out for this stupid little pole up here. Just go around it, like that. Don't try to, like, do, like, the squeeze thing, like this. Like, you could do it, but there's no point. When you can just wrap around. Just make sure you don't wrap too close to the edge, or else you'll, like, get stopped by it. But yeah, wrap out and grip this truss, head her across, and then when you get around to here, just flick off. These trusses are stupid. Just stay on them like this. Have a little bit more of a curve than you think you want to. You want to be turned to the right more than you think. So, like, you see how I'm, like, against it like this? You want to turn to the right a bit more than you think. So you, like, stay on it. And then you flick over to here, and you flick over to here. These trusses suck. They're gonna hurt you mentally, physically, and emotionally, but you get the hang of them. Anyway, spinning walkarounds. Just do them really quick, like that. But do them, like, but don't, like, be messy with them. You gotta, like, you don't want to, like, do them so quick. I don't What the heck just happened? Where'd I go? Oh. So, yeah, you don't want to do them too quick. You just want to go like that. Just go like that. And then just make sure you jump late so you don't hit her here. Anyway, for this ladder, just climb down a little bit and just flick around. And that works perfectly fine. Hold W and A on this hold W and A to get on this truss, and then just hold W. And then while you're going up, turn forward towards this truss. It's not very hard. Push yourself out to here, turn, and then just wrap around like that. This, make sure your mouse is like up to like the edge here, and then just hold W, and then hold A right after W and A, and you can walk around it. Pretty simple. I recommend being on this side to do this. Just so when this thing's like about to be like horizontal, so right about like here is when you want to go. You want to like jump to it like that, wrap immediately, go like that. It's really not that hard, but you know. So you could slip down sideways here if you want, but like I think that's kind of weird. So I just like walk forward and just turn sideways when I get down to the bottom. So you could do this in multiple ways too. So when you land here, you likely won't be super close to the truss, so you could go like this, and then you'll be close enough to do that thing that you did at the start of 6. I will warn you right now, though, I probably should have warned you when we got to the start of 6, but doing this on 75 FPS does not work that well. Sometimes you'll just, like, get, like a poopy jump or whatever, and you just won't get any height. It'll send you down. It's kind of bad. But an alternative to this is you could head hit her here, so you're on the truss just normally. You can go down here and just flick from the bottom if you really wanted to. But yeah, just watch out if you're a 75 FPS user, because that will mess you up. I'm playing on 60 right now, just for the sake of, you know, playing on the natural FPS for a guide, since I think that's probably what I should do. But either way, doesn't matter. So for this walk around, this thing is stupid. You just kind of turn, and you just kind of walk. You don't want to, try not to get caught on, like, the slope. You want to aim for this right here. It's really annoying. I've gotten stuck on that slope many times. But, yeah, you want to aim for this instead of, like, the slope. Anyway, now that we're here. So, you could do this multiple ways. You could do it like this if you really wanted to, but I don't like doing it like that. I think it's really annoying and hard to do, frankly. But I came up with my own little strategy for this. So, I originally thought that climbing up here was a good idea, and then climbing down a little bit, which does work, but I found an even better way that just works infinitely times better, in my opinion. If you walk around this thing right here, it's a little tricky because it's kind of sloped. But if you do successfully walk around that, then you can inch down like this. And as long as you have the alignment, you don't even have to climb down. You just jump off. And then when you get on the truss, unshift lock, and then shift lock again when you get to the end. You don't want to be in shift lock when you're on that truss. It'll push you off really easily. Okay, anyway. End of 6. Super simple. Just gonna go like that. So for this little truss flick right here, I learned a little strategy that if you hold W and A to go into the side here, turn a little bit to the left, and then just hold D, you can do that. Which works pretty well, but I've seen it backfire a few times. So really, all you want to do is you want to get to the edge, not too close, and then just flick. You can do it either way, though. If the first strat that I just showed works better for you, then go ahead and use it. But, like, I've just seen it fail a few times, so I don't know how much I trust it, but something you can do. Anyway, what I do here is I just go down, I flick, and I hold W and D, and the wedge pushes me across. You can head her across if you really want to, or you can flick, doesn't matter. Just jump off, go to the ladder, and you're on 7. And I'm going to bathroom break because I have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Okay, so, back with floor 7. So 7, a little tricky, some hard jumps like this one. So what you want to do, you just want to go up to this truss and hold W. And then right when a wall is like right in front of the structure or the thing that you're on, that's when you want to flick, like that. The timing is so weird. It's like, I don't know. It's just weird. You want to time it like when you think, that you're gonna hit the wall. You think you're gonna hit the wall, but like you don't. Anyway, you want to also wrap really tightly. I should probably mention that. Like wrap like super tight like that. But once you get the hang of it, you'll probably never fail it. So for this, you can either flick like that, or you can just jump off. I usually just jump off. Just like that. This jump used to be a squeeze before, but now it's just a really easy wrap to a ladder. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Flick against the wall to get enough height to get up to this truss. Go all the way to hold W and D to go all the way to the right. Climb down a little bit, and then just flick and hold D and move your mouse. Wrap to this truss, go like move to like the center like that. Hold W and go into first person when you turn around, and just keep holding W until you walk onto this thing. Wrap over to here, wrap to here. Flick off of that. I like to do, since this jump's kind of blind, if you do it like the like you can't see. I like to go like this, and then just like that. Wrap to this thing over here, and then slide down like this, and then inch out like that, and then just jump and wrap. It's not that hard. It's just you want to make sure you get a good alignment so you don't hit your head. Okay, so the first actual hard floor of the tower, in my opinion. This floor is pretty hard, and if you know this tower, then you know why. So the starting section is pretty easy. It's really easy. It's easy to choke though, so just be careful when you're doing this part. Go here. I had to stand all the way back here and just go like that. Go all the way down. Flick off of that. All right. So then you get to like this like shover thing right here. You can use alignment keys if you want to line yourself with the tightrope. But yeah, you just kind of watch out for the wall. You just go when it's not there. Make sure you're standing up against the wall to not get hit by it. Around. Same thing you can do here if you alignment key. But be careful because yeah, you will slide off if you're not aligned with the tightrope. So make sure you get like aligned with the tightrope then alignment key. And you can go like that. You don't have to do it as fast as I'm doing it. Just one last long jump. But yeah, you don't have to do it as fast as I was doing it. I just am not patient. But yeah. Jump this tightrope like that. There's a ladder on the other side, so flick to that. Wrap to here. For this wrap, line up like this. Turn a lot, and then like flick in when you do the wrap. Kind of like that. You don't have to do it like that either. You could also just like back up to like back here and do like a wiggle. Kind of like that. That works too. Go up to like the edge here. Go into like ghost mode. And then first person hold D. So you land here. I had to back up and go like that to this truss. Try to get on like the side of the truss right here. You can either do this on the right or the left, doesn't matter. Get around to here, and then just do it like you would do like a normal walk around, kinda. Pretty simple. This jump, I like to back up and like push myself, so it like pushes me to the right, and just 180 wrap like that. Up here, your climbing animation, like that. Jump off and go like that. You probably just jump too, I think, but it doesn't matter. This part will suck away your HP if you're not careful. So make sure you hit the wall to start the shrinking process. And then just watch your HP. And it doesn't take too long for it to shrink enough to the point where you can go through it. But, yeah. Like this, like that. And this is why we don't like floor 8. The outside. It's not this part, it's this part that people always fail. But I got some strats that will probably help you do it. So, you don't really have to do this thing here. You can just kind of go down here. It doesn't, obviously, like, you can't climb this thing, no way. But you can because there's some invisible trusses, so you can just jump off of it like that if you don't want to do this section. But if you do, what you want to do is you want to get stuck in. Like that, get into climbing animation. Now what you want to do is you want to turn a lot. Like a lot. And then every single time you want to go down, you want to hold S first, and then the key that you want to go right after. Looks like that. That was S and then D simultaneously. Turn, hold S, turn to the right a lot, S and then A. and you go like that. So basically, whenever you want to do like a really sharp direction like that, you want to hold S first, and then the direction you want to go. And then obviously you just want to dodge these walls. And then you once you get good at it, you can do it pretty quickly like that. It's a really weird mechanic, but you know, it works. For this, go like halfway up like this, and then just hold D like that. It's pretty much safe, but you just want to like, yeah. It's not really that hard though. Alright, the cinnamon bun. I like to call it a cinnamon bun, it looks like one. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do too. Anyway, back up to like 4th stud. It's like about, maybe that's 5th stud. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, it's like 5th stud. And then just hold A and jump there. Go here. There's the ladder. Flicker over to here. Nothing really too much to say here. Make sure before you jump off of this, get on the very corner, and then look and go. Or you don't really want on the corner. You want to go like here, yeah, and climb down enough to the point where you can jump off, so you don't hit your head. Wrap around. Go here. Go from the very top of the wedges to the top, and then just like that. You go here. So this walk around is pretty scary, but I found a good strat for it. So hold W to go all the way up to like push yourself off enough like this. Then you turn to the right, and you'll start sinking down the wedge like this. And once you sunk enough like this, just hold W and A, and just walk around it. Very simple strategy. You just want to make sure you don't, like, pop up. I don't know. Let's see if I can... I can't really pull it off. But, yeah, but, like, if you, like, go up like this, like, it won't work. Well, obviously, okay, it still worked there. I didn't really get it, but... Yeah, just make sure you just sink down. Don't turn too much, though. This jump! This jump is scary, because you can do it like that if you want to, but sometimes you mess up, you'll hit the wall like that. Even if you mess up like the littlest bit. So what I like to do is I like to jump to it forward and like kind of stick myself in like a 1-step gap. Like this, just a spinner walk around. You can still like, I'll go back over here. But yeah, you can like stand in the middle if you want like some breathing room before you do it. There you go to the edge, you just walk around it. Jump, make sure you jump away from this, so you want to jump from like around here, then go here, because you don't want to hit your head. These jumps are annoying, because they make it so you can't see, like this. Like, you need to like go on like the corner, but like you just can't see. But yeah, just try to make sure like you know where you're, like try to like zoom out, make sure you know where you're going, and then just downward momentum towards them. Just, really just make sure that you're like aligned. Like that, yeah. Not too hard. This, try to get onto this side as much as you possibly can. And then just climb down a little bit and just jump off and land on the 1-step. That jump is really uncomfortable, but it's not too bad. So final spinner, what you want to do is just want to hop across it and then go inside here. Extend in the middle for some breathing room. Go around and then back to the middle if you want. Kind of stand here. And then once you get in, walk around this and wrap around that wall and just go straight to the truss. And there, you pass 8 outside. And you get this button progress. And this is easily the best button progress in the tower, because you get to, basically, from the start of 8, you walk across the start rope, and bam, you're straight past 8 outside. You don't gotta do any of that, you don't gotta do any of this anymore, you're just here. It's great. Once you get this button progress, this is basically the thing that, like, locks you in for, like, a 7,000 hour run. You definitely shouldn't quit once you get this button, or at least try to make the most of the run. Anyway, so for this part, walk all the way up and just walk around like normal. The wedge will push you off onto it. Climb down, jump off like that. Go like that. This thing's a little fast. Make sure it goes all the way up before you jump off, because it's kind of a far jump. So this thing down here is collidable. You can use it to your advantage. Just try to like flick up. Just being over this. It's a little difficult, because you kind of can't really see. But it makes the jump safe, so it's fine. I do this from the right side. You can also do it from the left if you want like a easier landing. I guess it doesn't matter, really. I just like doing it on the right. So for this, if you have heli, you can make this really easy for yourself. You can just get on it, and then just... You don't have to inch that far off, you can just heli. Think like that. But if you don't have heli, what you're going to want to do is you want to get a good cycle, so when you jump on it, it's going to be like the open one. Like the one that's like open. So... This one, no, not really. It's kind of annoying to get a good cycle, but yeah, that was a good one. You want to inch down really far on this circle. But you don't want to inch down too far, because if you notice... Oh, did they remove it? I swear, there used to be like a little thing on like the bottom of this, like the bottom of the edge of this thing. Like a little pole. Like if you went too far back, you just get pushed off by that. I don't know if that was ever there. I might just be having like a Mandela effect or something like that, but I don't know. Anyway, get on the corner of this truss, climb down, and just jump off. So you go here, go down, wrap out, and climb this ladder. Here. This wrap's kind of scary. Just be careful of it. Line this up backwards, and then just go like that. Wrap around, watch out for this wedge. It'll definitely hurt you if you're not careful of it. And you get the last, like, kind of hard jump of 8. It's just a kind of a long jump. It's not very hard, though. And you go up here, and bam! You're here now. So, floor 9. So you pass, like, one of the hardest floors of the tower. Obviously not the hardest floor, but this floor is kind of a brick floor, in my opinion. So, like that. Go down enough to the point where you can go like that. Wrap around. Don't get flung by that. I did not mean to do that. But, yeah, this is pretty simple. Wrap down to here. Just be careful when you're doing this jump, because it's kind of scary. Because, like, you can easily get pushed off, but you could also, like, fall off the platform, too. It's not really a big deal. This part's pretty easy. This moving platform doesn't move too fast. You just kind of want to inch through. You can't jump here, so hit this button and then get through the wall, get through like the part that it opens, and quickly run all the way over here and climb up the ladder and get your jump back. So what you want to do here is you want to, like, as soon as it's starting to come up, you want to jump on it and then jump to the next one like immediately, and then just go slowly. It should be fine. For this jump, obviously you can't really see. It's even hard to see like this. So what I do is I go into first person. As I jump in place, I see the ball, and then I just go straight for it. Jumping in place when you're doing a first person jump helps a lot, I found. So yeah, I just like to jump up to here. Go down enough to the point where you can just walk forward onto this ladder. Get climbing, tap up, obviously. I'm probably going to stop saying tap up because you should know by now. Just jump off like that. There's truss. Climb down. Off. Make sure you're angled to the right, turn your camera a little bit to the left to make sure you're angled enough. Not too much though, or you probably won't jump. Jump in place and then hold W and climb this ladder. So this is like a cannon lodge. It kind of like shoots you out. You just want to jump into it sideways and lodge at the peak of your jump, and it will slide you through really quickly. Sometimes it won't do that. Sometimes it'll just like... Oops. Sometimes it'll just make you go like really slowly. I don't know if I'll be able to get it to do that. Yeah, like that, kinda. Just make sure that I didn't lodge at the peak of my jump, but just make sure you lodge at the peak of your jump. And make sure you're kind of diagonal, too. You should be fine. You can either jump down like that, but I think that's really annoying, and... Oh, I have no legs. But, yeah, I think that's really annoying to do. I feel like it doesn't work as well. Just inch out enough to the point where you can just drop down and climb it like that. And then just like climb. You should know how to do that if you're doing a cat tower. This jump's kind of scary. You could either do it like this, and just kind of like lodge yourself, I guess. Or you can do it backwards like this, which is how I usually do it. But yeah, lodging's always an option. So for this truss, make sure you get into it, and make sure you're camera follows it if you're in shift lock, but if you're not in shift lock, you might fall off of it if you wait too long, so just make sure you like stay in shift lock. Go up as soon as one of the big blocks pass. As you can see, I'm falling off of it. So you gotta like, I didn't even mean to climb up. Okay, my heli's in the spot that my VM's usually in. Let me just fix that real quick. Okay. So yeah, you just want to climb up as soon as the big block passes, but really be careful because you could get flung there. It's happened to my friend once, so just be careful. Really, that's the only thing you gotta do. Go into this, wrap around to here, go down and go out enough to the point you can wrap around that. Don't walk off. Just wrap. Don't even bother climbing that. It's not even worth it. For this, just wait for a good time to do it. Make sure this wall's not going to interfere, but also do it before the previous wall gets to you. Jump onto this and jump here, up here, and get on this moving platform. I like to let it push into the wall a little bit first, so I can have more breathing room to do this, because this it goes kind of fast. But you have a lot more time to do the wrap than you think you do. Like stand here, wait for it, and then you can do the wrap. Final jump of 9. Inch up to like the edge, kind of like this. Go around here, and then wrap out, and go up like that. You could also do it like a head hitter, I suppose. But I find that to be a little more inconsistent. Whatever fits your fancy. Anyway, the hardest floor of the whole tower. And the most annoying floor ever made, in my opinion. So, well, maybe not the most annoying floor ever made, but God, this floor is a doozy. Okay, so, starting off, you want to just hold W in space to get to the edge of these trusses. Keep tapping W and it'll like push you like this. Just keep like following the truss with your camera and push yourself off enough to the point where you can just flick and get to the next one. And then I just like that. Yeah, okay. So if you're too close to the truss, you'll fall off like that. So make sure you head hitter when you get to the top here, climb down, and just jump off. Oh, this part's pretty easy. This wrap's kind of hard. Make sure you get up to the edge, turn a lot, and turn in a lot. Because there's like walls here. You gotta turn in more than you think you have to. So make sure you turn in a lot and then grip the truss. Flick out and around. Angle yourself kind of like that. Climb down, jump off. That was really poorly done. Don't do that. There we go. Do that. Wrap to this truss. This slope thing is really scary, but I have a good way to do it. Just, I'll put your camera like inside the gap like this, and then shift lock, and jump to it, and it will push you up really fast like that as long as you're holding W and D. And then don't panic. Just if you're kind of like wobbling like this, just wait for yourself to stabilize like this. Turn forward. Only hold D. Don't stop holding it because you'll slide down kinda. And then just hold A or alternate. Stop holding D and then start holding A and just go up here. I'll do that again just to so you can look at the key presses if you want. Because this part's kind of scary. Just wait for yourself to stabilize. Turn forward. And you go like that. Pretty good strategy. It's never failed me before. Do that. Flick around that lake because it goes kind of slow. This. Just make sure you don't get caught by the wedge. Ladder. Flick up to here. So for this, I have to go all the way to the top. Turn to the left and hold W and A. So I kind of walk down it at a weird angle. And then... okay, physics kind of did some weird stuff to this. Anyway. Oh, what the heck. Okay. Yeah, so physics did some weird stuff to this, so... But yeah. Okay, actually, I was doing it wrong. So you want to, like, inch out. You want to turn forward, like, a lot, like that, but not too much. And then just tap W and you'll start going... You'll be able to control yourself going down it. Get around to here, and just wrap. Makes that pretty easy. What did I even... Oh, I stood on that. Okay, these trusses. something I'm going to mention is that sometimes they can get stuck, and if they don't leave when they're supposed to, they'll start going back in the middle of it, and it'll be bad news bears all around. So what you want to do is you get to this last one, you hold W. Sorry about the Discord ping, I don't have D&D on, but hold W until they start moving, and then do it normally. Because this could happen with any client object that moves like this. They like to get stuck, and if they don't move on the rotation that they're supposed to, like, they'll only move once. Sometimes if they get stuck, they'll only move once something interacts with it, which is why something like Christmas Decoration Launcher will fix moving objects being stuck. But you need to get something to interact with it, so as long as you're holding W, you're constantly interacting with it. But if you're not moving, then it won't act like anything's interacting with it, so it'll get stuck. It happened in one of my streams when I was trying to beat this, pretty much a year ago. It just didn't move, and then, like, once it actually started moving, it got, like, halfway down, and then started going back, and obviously, bad things happened. So, yep, just be careful about that. For this section, if you have T-pose, you can make this really easy by just going that and going like that. But if you don't have T-pose, a way you can do this is try not to do it too fast. 3 seconds is not a lot of time, but it's more than enough for this kind of section. So what you want to do is you want to jump and hit the button and go back. It's kind of tricky like that. And then just jump and hit that button and then go like that. As you can see, you get like a lot of time to do this button section. Way more time than you think you would. You just like that. The thing you really want to make sure is that you don't miss the button, because that would be pretty bad. Anyway, so for this, you can wrap from up here if you really want, but you kind of like get stopped because of a slope. I like to wrap from down here. I feel like you're like that. Makes it pretty easy. For this, I had to go backwards and go like around to here, and then just kind of like hold S and jump like that. You go under the wall. You don't really, it's not really that deep, but whatever. So the morphers, I won't be able to explain it because they go kind of fast. You just kind of gotta watch what I do. I can try to explain it, but yeah, these first two are easy. And this, wait on it, keep waiting, and then jump, wait, and then do this. And go like that. Run across this as much as possible, run across that. Wait, and jump to this one, wait, jump to this one. You just want to wait. You want to prolongate the amount of time that you spend on each one, so when you jump to the next one, it'll regrow. The other one that you were just on will regrow quicker. And then this, you just do it quick, just go like that. This jump's kind of scary. This jump is pretty hard. Oh, something I also forgot to mention. Putting your graphics on 1 here may help you see a little bit better, since the lighting's kind of weird. But, yeah. So this, you just want to jump and wrap through. I find it kind of hard to do it that way. I find it a little bit easier to do it like this, like just in like ghost mode. Kind of like that. Find that a little easier. I'm just gonna put it back on max graphics because I don't care. But yeah, you can turn it down to 1 graphic to see a little bit easier, if that helps. These are just shrinking platforms. Pretty simple. Jump to this truss. Flick around to here, go up here. And then you're done with the outside. So now you're on like the final, not final stretch, because there is a final stretch. But this is like the last part, really. It's 10-second inside. Climb this. And then go down and flick down. Hit the button. Jump off. Like this. Like that. You have a lot of time to do like the wrap. So don't worry about... Oh, can I stop missing the climb? There we go. So don't worry about like running out of time here. You really won't. Just take your time. That's not too bad. Wrap to this truss. Ooh, scary. Don't wrap into the wall like an idiot like me, but, you know. This, just, I had to go into ghost mode, shift lock, and then just go like that. Go to truss, flick up, and you get this section. So, you just kind of jump to it. Try to stay near the top, and then just flick across evenly. Don't worry too much about the kill bricks. I mean, okay, they definitely killed me, but, don't worry too much about them, because as long as you're going at a fast pace, you will be fine. Just don't be me, apparently. Be, like, really trash at the game. But yeah, as you can see, kind of go at an even pace. Sometimes you even catch up to the one in front of you, which is kind of funny. Just don't be too slow. Alright, and then flick around here, go here. Something that I cannot stress enough for something like this. Do not turn to climb it. I have had 2 people, not 1, 2 people turn like this and get bumped off. When they very easily could have beaten it right then and there. So, don't turn. That should just be a general rule. Never turn to get into climbing animation. Always zoom out and zoom in. It is so much more reliable. Anyway, just climb around here and just jump off. Walk around this. This, push yourself all the way into the up to here and walk around. Get yourself like in the middle of this stud. Walk around like that. So you can do a little skip here. That skips like this little whatever the hell this thing is. You can just jump out like that. Land on this kill bricks. And jump up here to get to the no jump section. It skips this little... I gotta make sure I get my jump back. Okay. Skips this little thing right here. But if you want to do it legit, move up to like the middle of this stud. Walk around. And go here. I don't really have a strategy for this. You just kind of inch out a lot, go to the top, and just go like that. Just hold W and D, do like a normal walk around, but you gotta make sure that you're out enough, or else you'll definitely won't make it. Because if you stay too close in like this, like you'll just like that will happen. It's kind of bad. But yeah, inch out enough, just walk around like that. But you have the alternative of jumping onto this little thing right here, if you so choose. Anyway, the no-jump section. This really isn't that hard, other than one part. So, if you don't know a thing or two about trusses, something that you should know is that when you climb down on them like this, just a little bit, you get more height. So, and that also works for truss bounces like this. Well, not like truss bounces, but like climb down a little bit and you shift like that. You get more height than if you were to just do it normally like that. So keep that in mind when doing this section. You can definitely use your arm, like if you have T-pose, you can use your arm to hit the wall there like that. But you can sometimes just hit it, like turn around the wall right here, and you can just shift lock off. I would just try to get that down if you want to. So this is the only hard part of the no jump section. This spinner is so stupid and I hate it. Because it's just not consistent. But you just walk across it sideways and you go and you dismount like that. But the dismount is so I did not mean to get my jump back, it doesn't matter though. It's so weird. Because like if you're not standing on one of the platforms when you do the dismount, you just won't make it. Like it's like you'll just like it's such a weird thing. But you could also do it like in first person forward if you really want to. There's multiple ways you can do that. It's really just finding out which way you're comfortable doing it. But yeah, that is like the last like major choke point. After that, you really shouldn't fail. Oh yeah, I forgot it. For that, I know you're not supposed to jump here. Did I walk around this? I don't even remember. I think I did though. Either way. Get to like the very like left side. You can do it. Don't do it on the right, actually. You can't do it on the right. Climb down a little bit. Just go like that. I find that way easier to do. Climb the ledge here. Climb down, flick down. like that. And then you get these final head hitters. So something you can do is you can like walk back to here and jump up here if you don't want to do the first head hitter. Now what I like to use, I just use my hat as a like an indicator. So if I have like half my hat on like this, then I just do the head hitter. I just kind of use it as like an alignment. And you just be really careful with how you jump. You want to jump late, but you also don't want to mess up the key presses. Some people like to do it on this side, because they think it's easier, because you don't... Because on this side, you don't have to deal like the little bar right here. You don't have to get... You don't have a chance of getting stuck on that bar. You could just go like that. So that's probably easier, but doesn't really matter which way you do it. 10 stud wrap, pretty scary. You're on top of the frame. Just don't fail like these 3 wraps. They're really easy. And you get here. Wrap around to this ladder. I know some people get like bumped off of that ladder sometimes. I don't really know how to stop it from happening, but I would say just try not to hug too close to the wall. Just like wrap out and then only start holding W when you get towards the ladder. So for this, turn sideways like this, but it will gradually push you out like that. So you don't want to waste too much time. So once you turn sideways, go out of shift lock and then go like that. You could also do like the old reliable like flick and then head hitter out, but I kind of like this strategy better. Don't flick up this ladder; it's kind of weird. And if you get stuck here, just keep tapping W until you push your way up. Go off to the side, jump up to on top of the frame, and now you're on the final stretch. So this final stretch is really easy. You really shouldn't fail it. This is not an alignable tightrope, by the way. Yeah, you kind of like veer to the right a little bit. You can align it if you do it good enough like that. But I would just recommend just taking it nice and slow, unlike what I'm doing right now. I'm just being stupid because I'm not legit. But just go really, really slow on that tightrope. I recommend ghost mode so you can see it. Like this. Just keep your mouse on it. But yeah. So this, like, oh, this looks like a really long jump. What a troll. You just kind of do it with that. And then this is just a flashing 1 stud. Just land on it like that. And then you get the final jump. It's really obvious. You could just see the transparent block down there. It's just basically a 10 stud. Just lower it a little bit. Is it? Actually, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 11 stud wrap. But it goes down by 2 studs, I think. 1 stud. 2 stud. 2 something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So, that's our Tower of Augmented Misery. I don't like this tower. I don't think it's a bad tower. But the fact that you get, like, it roped into playing it for hours on end because of the button progress, I think is a really frustrating concept, and it seems to be a common problem with Franchen towers, which I really just don't enjoy. So, yeah, I know there's a lot of people out there who actually really like this tower, and that's completely fair. It's a good tower on its own, but the fact that like the button progress just kind of traps you into playing the tower makes it for a nightmarish experience, and that's why you hear a lot of people say that they hate ToAM, because that's what it does. Same thing with Uncanny Agony, but it's not as hard as this. One more thing that I'd like to mention is that down here, if you do fall on an outside, the kill bricks here, Sign mentioned it at the start of the tower, but I guess I'll reiterate it. If you step into like any of the kill bricks around the edge of the tower, it'll teleport you back in. So if you fall on an outside, you don't have to end your run. You could just do that. But anyway, yep, that's Tower of Augmented Misery. Hopefully this is useful, because I think I have some pretty good strats. I think I'm pretty good at strat finding. But yeah, hopefully that's useful to you, and I'm signing out now, so goodbye.